Happy Saturday, good people. I hope that you have a great weekend. And to all the mothers out there, happy Mother's Day. There's no hood like motherhood. I always say it is the most elite club that I have ever had the blessing of being a part of. And then also, for those of you who have lost mothers, and Mother's Day is a rough day for you, I just want to send love, light, and prayers. And for those of you who have lost children, Mother's Day may also be a damper for you. And I just want to send love, light, and prayers. And I especially want to send prayers out. If you're in Milwaukee, then you know who this amazing woman is, to Michelle Pitts and her family with the loss of her granddaughter this week. So, morning, Gabrielle. So today I'm all dressed like this on this early on Saturday is because I'm about to hit the road to Chicago to support my client, Love McPherson. If you're not familiar with Love McPherson, she is one of the nation's most sought after relationship experts. She is life-changing. I've had her on the Power Network stage. She's also been to Milwaukee a couple of times to take part in Kim Locke's Woman to Woman conference. She also recently was on this season's Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, being a counselor to Drew Sidora and her husband. She, if you're in Chicago, then she requires no introduction because she's on the news almost every day. And anytime they need someone to come in and talk about relationships. And Love is her actual given name, like her parents named her Love. And, you know, I love when she tells that story because she just exudes love and she's such an expert in the field. And so headed there. So we're doing a series of, she's doing a series of master classes this year, sponsored by Blue Door Neighborhood Center, who is an affiliate of Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois. And she called me for this one and said that it's Mental Health Awareness Month. This one needs to be about mental health for women. And so, you know, we're like, what should we name it? What should we name it? And if you follow her, if you don't, please do. You know, her page has a vibe to it. Her graphics have a vibe to it. She has a vibe to her. And so it needed to be something cool and it needed to be something that would resonate with people. And so God gave me Reclaiming My Mind. And because it totally went with her vibe. It's on trend, you know, with the Reclaiming My Time that went viral year before last. And so excited about today's class at noon. It is free. Registration closed yesterday. I hope you registered. But, you know, I wanted to just, because, you know, when I'm going in to manage an event, and especially when I'm tasked with naming an event, I put a lot of thought into that. And it's like, okay, reclaiming my mind. And I started thinking about the times that I had to reclaim my mind, because if we're honest and of a certain age, then we've all had those times. And sometimes it can be a daily thing. Like some people are going through such tumultuous times that every day they have to make a decision to reclaim their mind. So what does that mean? And I'm sure Love is going to give a way better explanation at noon. This is just Sean's thought process behind it. It means taking time to think about what you think about, to quote the amazing Sean Strickland when she was on my radio show a couple of weeks ago. And it takes time to think about what you think about and decide that the thoughts that do not match up to what it is that you really want, to building the life that you really desire, to having the happiness that you really deserve, to understanding your self-worth, to building up your confidence, anything that is the antithesis of that, the opposite of that, anything that breaks you down versus building you up, any relationship, any friendship, any family member, anything that is toxic in your life is costing you very valuable time in your mind. Statistically and scientifically, it's shown that our mind feeds itself more negative thoughts than positive thoughts on any given day. And our mind is wired to believe whatever it is that we're feeding it. And so we have to be very, very, very conscious of what it is that we think about. And if we think about something that is not in line or in alignment with helping us move life forward, with helping us be a good person, with helping us create wealth, with helping us stay healthy, with helping us stay in healthy relationships, with helping us hold on to the people we love, then we have to say, I don't want that. there's so much power in the tongue. There's so much power in what we say and articulate. And also, I recommend that you journal as well. Journal, write down what it is that you want. So many people, we talk about imposter syndrome a lot, and we talk about so many other things. We talk about people being phony and fake and this and that. And I believe that a lot of it is they just haven't taken the time to sit down and figure out who it is they are. And so they are trying to play out either the mirror image of the people they're surrounded with, or they're trying to play out who mom and daddy, sister, brother, grandmama and them told them to be. And they haven't taken the time to figure out, who am I? Because when you figure out who you are and you figure out why you are, to quote the great Mark Twain, he said, the two best days of a man or a woman's life are the day that they're born and the day they find out why. That's another thing that reclaiming your mind can do. It can give you the time and the required to figure out who it is you are. When I launched the Power Network, when the name got downloaded in my spirit, when how the strategy would play out got downloaded in my spirit, when I got the courage to say, you know what, I'm quitting the day job and I'm going full throttle out of this, it came out of quiet time. It came out of a time that my thoughts were erratic. I had just had surgery. I had been on bed rest. I had to sit down for a long time and be quiet. Things were just, I felt guilty. I felt like a wreck. I couldn't drive. I couldn't get up. I couldn't take care of my children. So many things were happening. And it is in those quiet times, first of all, that you learn who's really there with you. It is in those quiet times that you learn to be quiet with your thoughts, and it's okay. That's the other thing too. A lot of us are afraid to be alone with our thoughts because we want to fake it till we make it versus face it till we make it. And so many of the things that are negative in our life can be conditioned back to our childhood. And there is a scientific term called disassociation, where it's something, it's the body and the mind's natural response to disassociating itself from a bad memory or painful memory of abuse, trauma, and it can carry on into our adult lives. If you were in a relationship that was terrible, all of a sudden, and actually, it's so you disassociate in the moment because you don't want to feel the full thrust of the pain of what's happening in the moment. And then at a later time, hopefully you've healed enough that it's a distant memory. And that it's something that, it doesn't conjure up negative emotions and feelings when you think back to that moment. And hopefully it doesn't conjure up any guilt or shame, because a lot of times we blame ourselves. I love the whole thought process behind Oprah's new book that came out week before last on so many occasions. And I mean, I've been in therapy sessions when I've said, why am I like this? What's wrong with me? And Oprah purposely, her and Dr. Bruce Perry, great therapist, titled this book, What Happened to Me? Because if we stop saying, what's wrong with me, if we stop saying, why am I like this, and start asking ourselves, what happened to me? Then we can actually spend time. That's such a powerful statement to reclaim your mind, because I mean, some people are just sadistic and they got issues, and that's, but usually even those can be tracked to trauma. And if they would have gotten the help desired, perhaps it wouldn't have got so out of hand. But to have the courage, to have the faith, to have the audacity to stop and say what happened to me, and to sit down and really think about what triggers me to act like this. What triggers me to keep choosing the same partner in a different body? What triggers me to keep choosing the same friends in different bodies? What happened to me that causes me to choose to stay in a job that I know is beneath me? What happened to me that I allow abuse, that I allow misuse, that I'm a people pleaser, that I am more focused on everyone else? What happened to me that I'm not on my list? This is a very personal question for me, because this is something that I'm still working on day in and day out. I was conditioned, and I am naturally a person who feels like I should be giving. And so, then you all of a sudden, if you're blessed, you get surrounded by a tribe of other givers, and it feels weird and it feels awkward. And I have to stop and say, what happened to me that I'm this amazing giver, and I take such joy in seeing other people happy by the things that I'm able to do for them. And I don't just mean like monetarily or gift wise, but what happened to me that I'm not as great of a receiver? That receiving makes me feel uncomfortable, or asking for help I'm way better. Being an entrepreneur will make you way better about that. But what happened to me that asking for help is such a that I look at it at times as a sign of weakness, or that I don't want to show myself vulnerable. What happened to me that perhaps, and now changing topics, that I'm distancing myself from others. What happened to me that I don't want to get out of bed? What happened to me that I'm crying all day? What happened to me that I'm eating my way comfortable? What happened to me that I am drinking every day? What happened to me that I'm doing whatever destructive behavior it is, versus reclaiming your mind so you can focus in on the positive? And so I just would say, take some time to reclaim your mind. And that, what worked for me, like, I don't want to leave you without some solutions. Meditation, learning to breathe. You know, I realized once I started meditating and really thinking about my breathing and doing yoga, how erratic and how much I hold my breath during the day, and how much I am not breathing evenly, peacefully, deeply. Like, I'm not deep breathing into my diaphragm as much as I used to. Like so much of it is this more of a pant, like, because it's this constant go, 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 go. Getting adequate rest. I was part of team no sleep. And it's like, that's stupid. How can I function as well as I need to during the day if I'm not getting adequate rest? I was team no eat. There's been times in my life and seasons in my life that I was not, cooking as much, and I wasn't eating as well. And all of these are signs that something internally is happening to you that perhaps you are avoiding, you have disassociated yourself with, or you're not acknowledging. And, we can't confront what we won't acknowledge, and we can't acknowledge what we won't admit. Like, it's just not happening. So we have to be honest with ourselves about ourselves. You gotta be like, hey, sis, to yourself. Like, hey, girl, hey, or if it's a guy walking in, hey, what's up, doc? What's up, my guy? Like, we need to talk. People, it used to be thought of as being crazy to talk to yourself, but no, and I don't mean you gotta be out loud in front of everybody else walking around the street, but I'm like, laying in the bed in the morning, give yourself that extra 15 minutes start before you actually have to get up, so you can have these private conversations with yourself, with God, with the universe, with whatever higher power you believe in, and that you can get up breathing evenly, and you can start your day without your heart racing, and without feeling stressed out, and without having a sense of anxiety. It makes all the difference. And then physical movement was another way that I really, really, really changed the game as far as reclaiming my mind. Physical movement and deciding to get up and go out into the sunshine, go for a walk, get to the gym. Really, 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 there's a direct connection to taking care of your physical body and your mental health. And I would encourage, if you just walk to the end of the driveway, to the end of the block, it's a little chilly out, but it's going to be sunny if you're in the Midwest. Like, get out here, because vitamin D and is out there for a reason. Vitamin C, B12 is known to help with depression. Go buy you some supplements, do whatever you got to do to take care of you. Because at the end of the day, so many of us are so concerned and so worried about taking care of everybody else. But guess what? If you don't take care of you, there may not be a you. And if there's no you, then who's gonna take care of them anyway? So it's like, you can't win for losing if you don't first care for self. Self-love is the best love, to quote Love McPherson. And I gotta go. I gotta get on the road to the shop. And if you register for the class, I know you're gonna love it. If you didn't, there's usually a replay option for a very inexpensive price on our page of the class, because it truly is a class. And I just want to shout her out. And then after this, our next big event happens in just 3 weeks, and it's going to be Pastor Melva's Women in Worship. And here's a little secret sauce for that. On Saturday night, she is going to be doing her official listening party of her 6 new songs. 6 new songs. I know all y'all saw was like that she was releasing the EP, but she got 6 new songs, or 6 first songs. She's never released a project, so not a music project. So super excited for that, and I'm excited that my team is going to support that. And oh my God, there's so much other stuff going on. But June 3rd, we have the Power Network Brand Builder Bootcamp Masterclass. And this weekend, early bird ends. Also, Power Hours on sale for $75 this weekend only. You can cash out Power or PayPal, paypal.me/Power Network in order to catch that, because come Monday, they go back up to $99. Perfect Mother's Day gift. Thank you for everybody who has gifted Power Hours to people. I mean, almost every person I've had a Power Hour with in the last couple of weeks, someone gifted them that Power Hour. And so thank you for all of your support, man. It blows my mind. God blows my mind. And so anyway, see you guys later. Bye. Peace, love, power. I'm out.